Guess I have a motivator to film a video today. Hi everyone, I'm Ying Ying and welcome back to the Noodle Kids Knitting Podcast. I was working on, whoa, there's a squirrel on my neighbor's wall. Okay. I was working on my webcomic. Read my webcomic in the description. And I moved my hand to grab my mouse to, do computer stuff. And my morning tea was right there and I spilled it all over my desk. So now it's drying and I'm filming a video. Today is going to be a regular knitting podcast, so I'm going to talk about my FOs, whips, acquisition, no S. Yeah, let's just get into it. I have a bunch of whips, question mark? I have two. So first is this. This is my Septembre Hat by PetiteKnit. And I used the yarn that I spun myself, and the fiber is Polworth from House of Wool. I wanted to make a gradient hat. I talked about it in the video where I talked about the spinning. So I wanted to make a gradient hat with the yarn, and here it is. I've worn it out yesterday to go on a walk. If you follow my Instagram, you would have seen it. And I'm just gonna put it on right now so you can see what it looks like. So this is how it looks like on me. I like the big fold here. And I also like that the top doesn't have too much space. I smell burnt toast. I was charging my batteries and I think they were kind of, yeah, never mind. Anyway, yeah, overall very quick knit. I think I finished it in a day or two. It's just learning how to do brioche and just keep doing brioche. I made a mistake at the finishing, and that's my fault because I didn't read the pattern correctly. I did the decreases too fast, but honestly, I don't think it makes too much of a difference, seeing that the hat was already long enough for my head. I made the smaller size, but the size difference is only in length, it's not in the stitch count. And it fits me pretty well, I think. It's my first time doing a brioche hat. Yeah, it's actually my first fully finished object that I've done in brioche. It was a pretty good experience, I would say, and I like the result and how it looks like. I have made half fisherman's rib before, and I think both looks good. It's just the brioche, I don't think it's very obvious in the deep color. So that's a little bit of a bummer, but it was a quick project, so I think I'll be making more of Septembre hats. I say that, but I just never do it. I also made a mistake early on in the pattern, so this, I would consider it the front. But if I turn it, you can see that there is a line here. And that was me not paying attention to my knitting, so I did my knit stitch as purl stitches and purl stitches as knit stitches. But I realized that after a round, so it was quickly corrected. That was not a big problem. It's also my first time working with Polworth. I've heard that it's almost as soft as like merino, and I have to agree, it is pretty soft. When I put it to my neck, it's a little prickly, but as a hat, is perfectly fine. I wore it out to a walk yesterday for about like an hour, and it kept me warm, and I didn't feel any kind of prickling. So that's good. I still have a little bit of the purple left, and I don't know what to do with it. Maybe I'll include it in the scrap project, but we'll see. A pretty nice project to kickstart my winter garment accessory knitting. So moving on, the second finished object, quote unquote finished, is my Roadtripper Tee by Ozetta. So this is done, except I need to get buttons. I have already marked where my buttons should be. I just need to wait and get buttons. Overall, very nice knitting experience. It was a fast knit, and it was a basic raglan with some cool like collar details. I actually haven't tried this on yet. I'll probably post pictures of it when I get the buttons and I got them sewn in. The buttons that I plan on getting is the Pigeon Wishes buttons, and I want to get the 50mm ones, and the color I think is something to do with like snow, and it's just transparent button with like white details, so I think that would be good for this because the tee is already very busy. So I think keeping the buttons simple would be a good idea. And I don't really want to use wood buttons. I don't know why, I just don't want to. I also looked into Mother of Pearls button like I mentioned last time, but the colors that I've seen, they don't really match with the sweater. They're either too dark or the color temperature is not the same. So I'm just gonna go with like a neutral white resin button. And yeah, I can't wait to finish it. The yarn that I use is Campfiber Yarn Winter Sunrise. It's their Winter Woodland collection. I mentioned it in the last podcast, and I love this yarn. It's really pretty. It's a very good yarn of purple, white, pink with speckles of black and a little bit of yellow. But yeah, I think it works really well with the stockinette pattern, and with the tee, it's kind of like a statement piece, and I can just pair it with simple jeans with like maybe a cardigan or a jacket over. I think that's all my FOs. We're moving on to whips. Let's talk about the one that I didn't work on that much. I talked about a yarn that I don't know what to use for. It was this, Kodama by Typical Bliss in the Princess Mononoke collection. I didn't know what to use for this, and some people suggested that I could check in my closet for a cardigan. Some people suggested a stockinette sweater, which after looking in my library, I have a stockinette sweater pattern that I haven't knitted. And it's the Clove sweater, which doesn't look like it right now. It's just the back. It's the Clove sweater by Rachel Knits Things by Rachel Kurihara. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. I'm gonna stretch out the thing so you can see a bit of the color. So this is what the color is looking like in the stockinette pattern. And I think it's looking pretty good. I don't have a sweater in this color palette before because I never really reached for blues or even just cool tone color in general. More of my sweater are in like neutral, pink, red, like more warm color. But yeah, that's how it's going. I've been busy doing other stuff. That's why I haven't been working on it that much. But if I watch a movie or something, I'm just gonna knit stockinette mindlessly. So that's the Clove sweater. I also started making this, which is supposed to be a chair leg cover. It's just for a chair that I brought from outside. I got a chair from my parents' house and I left it outside on my back balcony for the summer, but for winter I brought it in. So I wanted to make some chair covers just to make sure that it doesn't like damage the floor. So this is going. And the yarn is House of Wool, but it is thrifted. It's secondhand. I got it from Poshmark from somebody who had a subscription from House of Wool a long while ago. And I have this color that I don't know what color name is, but it's a brown tonal slash, yeah, I think it's a tonal, but it goes in and out of warm and cool color brown. And I think it's really pretty as a knitted fabric. And it's just a tube that I'm going to do decreases at the end, and that's it. So it's no pattern, just simple tube chair socks. And the other whip that I was commissioned to do is this dude. Okay, I know it doesn't really look like anything, but can you see that it's a rat? My friend commissioned me to do a rat for a Halloween costume, I think. So here it is. I don't know, it's my first time making a plush toy thing pattern. So I don't think it looks great, but it looks good enough, I guess. And it's just, I was following the pattern. And it has a arched back and a big belly. And I have to make the arms for it, and I have to sew the face together. I got some toy eyes and I'll be putting them in, and I'm just waiting for them. So the yarn that I use is a lot of House of Wool today. House of Wool, and it was their Luck of the Draw mystery minis from beginning of the year. I don't know if there's a colorway, but I don't think so. It was one of the grays from one of the mystery minis. And the stuffing that I use is actually like old yarn ends and like yarn scraps that I have, so I just puffed it up. And that's what it looks like right now. So many markers. Like I literally cannot. There are so many markers and I had to constantly check the pattern back and forth to make sure that I'm using the right marker. Also, look at the tiny ears. It's so weird. I don't know. I don't know if I enjoy making this. I don't think I did, but it's turning out all right, even though I've made several mistakes. But we'll see the end result. I don't know how it's gonna look like. My brain is saying that it's not gonna look great, but we'll see. So we're almost done. That was all of my whips. I have other whips, but I haven't been working on them, so I'm not gonna talk about it. This is my acquisition. As you may know, each month I have a sock train from Lichen and Lace coming. So this is for the month of, which month are we? October? Yeah, this is the color of the month from October. And if you haven't received yours and you don't want to be spoiled, you have to skip to this time. So here it is. This is Autumn Iris by Lichen and Lace. And it's a, I don't know how to say it, just like, it reminds me of a haunted house. It has a lot of browns and a lighter brown. It has some teal and some purple, just overall like a cool tone. Just overall very like October. Very Halloween-y color. And like I said every time, I don't know what to use with these. So it's just gonna sit in my collection for now. But honestly, after almost a whole year of getting sock train, except the month of January, but I already know what it looked like, I have to say I haven't been disappointed with the colors. Yeah, maybe sometimes they're not my color, but I still would use it in something, and I don't think they're quote-unquote ugly. I probably can do like a video talking about all of the colors at the end of the year. Let me know in the comments if you want that video. But yeah, I think I've been enjoying the colors every month and the mystery of it, so I might keep the subscription. Who knows? So that's it for today's video. It's probably a short one because I have to cut out a part of it. I pre-filmed a video for something else. But I hope you enjoyed the video. It's getting cold here, so make sure that you dress warm if you go outside. Take care of yourself. Drink a lot of water. Stay safe. Let me know in the comments what you're making, or if you're celebrating Halloween, or if you're like us and you buy candy on November 1st when it goes on sale. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!